I stand here absolutely humbled and overwhelmed by your desire and the interest that each and every one of you have shown by coming here to Auschwitz to pay tribute to the memory of those who no longer have a voice. Thank you. Thank you, each and every one of you, for putting your lives on hold for just a day.
And the SS separated women and children from men. These are Jewish people standing by the train, standing over there, women on the left side, among them children, men on the right. One of these higher rank SS was German physician, professional doctor of medicine, conducted selection. Jewish people had to go in direction of doctor one by one. Finger of the SS doctor showed them way into two directions, to the left or to the right side. To the left side were going physical strongers, women and men. Approximately 90% of them were considered fit for use. Physical weakest had to go to the right side, like this woman with child. She arrived with child, and unfortunately, being mother of this child, she had to go for death to the gas chamber. The SS didn't use force to separate her from her baby. There were women who had men children. In photographs, I've seen 10 children with one woman, less or more, going with mommy for deaths to the gas chamber. Prisoners reported, we've seen them playing. Children used their toys on the way for deaths to gas chamber. There was no panic among people going for deaths. They didn't know completely where they were. They didn't realize that they paid for tickets to the gas chamber.
How can we even begin to take in or to absorb, to comprehend, in particular Birkenau, when we are told that 1.3 million innocent men, women and children perished? It's very difficult to get our head around those figures. Or if I tell you that in the last few months, until January 1945, in the 6 months preceding that, some 400,000 Jews from Hungary were killed, incinerated immediately. And that, by the way, is more than the total number of Jews in all of the UK. But it's also a big number. So let me try, in the few moments that we have here, put all of this in some kind of perspective. Someone told me recently that if each and every one of us were to stand in silence for 1 minute in memory of each victim of Auschwitz and Birkenau, 1 minute for each soul that died here, we would have to remain silent for 2 years. Or, a little bit more contemporary, to try and understand what happened here, is a 9/11 every single day for a period of 4 years. Closer to home, to try and understand the enormity, 7th of July, London. What happened here is the equivalent of a 7/7 every hour for a period of 4 years. In terms of impact, I think most of you will agree that there's a slight difference between the two, between what you see and what you don't see. Auschwitz I, it's what you see that has an impact. But it's what you don't see in Birkenau that I think leaves a greater impact. But either way, both these places are a blight on humanity. And we're standing here together, warmly clothed, gloves and scarves, good boots. Just think for a moment of those who spent their lives in the last few moments of their breath in little flimsy pajamas. What was the outlook for them? What was their home? Their home were those barracks. To call them even a barracks, I mean, it's a euphemism. It's basically a stable. For some 700 to 1,000 people were crammed into each and every one of them. And we standing here today, we total 148. We wouldn't even fill 1/5 of one of those barracks. And were they different to you and I? No, they were not. They too were special. They too were unique. There were boys and girls and men and women like you and I who had hopes, who had aspirations, who had dreams, who had goals, who were parts of family and parts of communities. And their lives were snuffed out. Human history becomes more and more a race between education and catastrophe. Which is why, my dear friends, your presence here today, students and teachers, is especially important. Because you, the students, you, my dear young friends, you are a source of hope for us, for the future. You are our most valuable asset. You are the next generation. And I hope and pray that through our visit here today, you will understand that we are not condemned endlessly to repeat the mistakes of the past. Prejudice leads to intolerance. Intolerance leads to victimization. Victimization leads to persecution. וחייכון וימיכון וחיי לכל בית ישראל ועגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן יהי שמי רב מבורך לעולם ומהיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ותנשא ויתעלה 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 שמי קדושה בריחו אלא מכל בגדיו שינתה תשובתה ונאמרתה על ים במה ואמרו אמן יהי שלום על כל חיים עליהם כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום ויעשה שלום.